There are no facts to dispute before this court. I see no evidence that has the needed personal subject matter jurisdiction. The state is a fictitious plaintiff. The state of isn't here to testify. No injured man or woman is present before this court to provide firsthand knowledge. I am acting as surety for the named principal to contest jurisdiction. I am aware this is a taxable event and an excise tax is owed, and I want to be in compliance with the IRS code.
Probation will be a waste of time in this matter, so I will revoke and remand you to serve your sentence. Take her into custody.
All right. $1,200 every minute I'm in jail.
All right, guys. Today we've got another courtroom disaster. This woman violated probation over drug use, but instead of getting a public defender like a normal person, she decided to represent herself using sovereign citizen nonsense. Safe to say, this does not go well. Today's court hearing is absolute chaos. A woman facing probation violation charges thinks she can outsmart the court with sovereign citizen scripts instead of hiring a lawyer. Big mistake. Let's dive in. Guys, this one is wild. She's in court for violating probation because of drug use, but rather than taking the situation seriously, she starts using sovereign citizen arguments she probably found online. The judge is not having it. Another day, another sovereign citizen meltdown in court. This woman violated probation and somehow thought defending herself with fake legal scripts was a genius move. Spoiler alert, it ends badly. Today we're watching a woman completely embarrass herself in court. She's accused of violating probation due to drug use, and instead of getting legal help, she tries the classic sovereign citizen playbook. Let's see how fast this falls apart.
Your Honor, this comes before the court today on a probation violation hearing. And it's the intent of the defendant at this time to stipulate. And I do believe there's a agreed sentence, as you would say in this case.
All right. Ms. Clark, you've heard the announcement of your attorney. Is that what you want to do? Admit to the violations?
No, actually, I'm going to make a motion for my attorney to withdraw. I got this myself.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Well, somebody give her a waiver of attorney form. Okay. It's muted for some reason. All right. Well, I've already gone over these rights with you, so you should understand them, but you have the right to hire your own attorney. If you can't afford to hire an attorney, I've already appointed one. You qualified. You do have the right to represent yourself as well, and that's what you want to do today?
Yes, sir.
All right. If you want to waive your right to an attorney, when we do this, you have to follow the rules of procedure and evidence, just as if you're an attorney. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Has anyone promised you anything or threatened with anything to get you to waive your right to an attorney?
No, sir.
All right. Looks like you've already signed it and sent it in here. Did you understand this form you signed?
Yes, sir.
I'll accept your waiver and allow you to represent yourself. All right. Are you wanting to stipulate to the violations, or do you want a contested hearing?
I'm going to contest it.
All right. Mr. Hollis here.
Yes, Judge, I can grab them real quick.
Okay. Okay. State has the burden. Any opening statement, Mr. Marcinski?
No, sir. Thank you.
All right. Ms. Clark, any opening statement?
Well, there goes any chance she had of defending herself properly. I'm honestly shocked she hasn't started reading one of those ridiculous sovereign citizen scripts yet. You know, the ones where they claim the court has no jurisdiction or that they're somehow outside the law. Thankfully, we were spared that nonsense for now. At this point, her defense is already falling apart. Usually, these sovereign citizen types start rambling about fake laws and living person nonsense, but somehow she managed to avoid that. Still, skipping an opening statement when you're representing yourself? That's a disaster. I can't believe she actually thought staying silent was a smart move. If you're defending yourself, your opening statement is everything. It's your one chance to sound reasonable before the court tears your case apart. Instead, she basically walked in and said, "Yeah, I got nothing." Usual sovereign citizen insanity by now. The fake legal jargon, the "you have no authority over me" speeches, but instead she somehow made an even worse decision, saying almost nothing at all. That opening statement was her opportunity to set the tone, and she completely wasted it. If you're going to represent yourself in court, at least try to make a defense. An opening statement is supposed to convince the judge you actually have a point, but she skipped through it like she didn't even prepare. Right now, this case is looking like a complete train wreck.
Signed the supervision of a Miss Ashley Clark, that supervision being for an endangering a child underlying 12-month sentence.
That is correct.
On May 18th of this year, 2023, did you test Miss Clark for the presence of drugs?
Yes,
And what was the result of that UA sample from Miss Clark?
it was positive for methamphetamine.
So her
Stating that
UA was positive for methamphetamines, and she also, in response to that positive UA test, signed in a statement of admission of using methamphetamines.
That's correct.
Did you order her to report on June 2nd, 2023?
I did.
And did she appear on that day?
She did not.
Has she appeared or reported to you since that time?
No,
Sometime after May 24th of 2023, were you advised by local authorities of her being arrested for a new crime?
yes, and I did. I received that, and apparently she has new charges.
To your knowledge or to the notes, did Ms. Clark ever report that negative law enforcement contact with your office?
No, she did not.
That will be my questions for Mr. Hollis at this time, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Clark, do you have any questions for Mr. Hollis?
No.
All right, do you have any further evidence or witnesses, Mr. Marcinski?
Not at this time, Your Honor. I do not.
All right, Ms. Clark, you have time to, now it's your turn to present any evidence if you want to. Do you wish to present any evidence?
Does anyone else actually feel a little bad for her? Yeah, she broke the law, but watching someone embarrass themselves this badly in court is honestly hard to watch. At the same time, though, she literally had a free attorney sitting right beside her and chose to ignore him. I just don't understand that logic. I'm not gonna lie, this is getting painful to watch. Sure, she's responsible for her own actions, but the public humiliation here is brutal. The craziest part is she could have avoided most of this by simply letting her attorney do his job. Part of me feels bad for this girl because she's clearly in way over her head, but another part of me is thinking, what did she expect? She had legal help right there, completely free, and still decided to go down the sovereign citizen route. This is one of those moments where the cringe level is off the charts. I almost feel sorry for her watching this unfold, but then I remember she dismissed the attorney who was literally ready to help her. It's like she chose the hardest possible path for no reason. Honestly, I can't decide whether to feel sympathy or frustration here. Watching her get destroyed in court is uncomfortable, but she had every opportunity to avoid this situation. Her lawyer looked relaxed, ready to help, coffee in hand, and she...
No? Okay. Well then, closing argument, Mr. Marcinski?
Your Honor, at this time, the state believes it is shown by a preponderance of the evidence that Ms. Clark is in violation of her probation and conditions of probation imposed by the court therein. The state's going to ask that you find that she is in violation of that probation. The state would point out that this is a misdemeanor probation for endangering a child. Therefore, Ms. Clark is entitled to no graduated sanctions, intermediate sanctions, or other relief set forth by the legislature on felony probations. Due to the litany of violations, the continued drug use, the failure to follow through with her treatment requirements, the state believes that she's shown that she's not amenable to probation and would recommend the court revoke and remand her to serve her underlying sentence.
All right, Ms. Clark, closing argument?
There are no facts to dispute before this court. I see no evidence that has the needed personal subject matter jurisdiction. The state is a fictitious plaintiff. The state of isn't here to testify. No injured man or woman is present before this court to provide firsthand knowledge. I am acting as surety for the named principal to contest jurisdiction. I am aware this is a taxable event and an excise tax is owed, and I want to be in compliance with the IRS code.
Okay. It'll be the order and judgment of this court. Well, first of all, I'll make my findings. The state's shown by preponderance of the evidence that you violated probation in this case using methamphetamine around the 18th, as evidenced by the 18th of May this year, as evidenced by the positive UA and the admission. Also find that you patient treatment at Summer Mental Health as ordered by the court. So I find you violated probation there as well. You also failed to report law enforcement contact within the business day in violation of the orders of probation. You have violated it does in a very substantial way. I will go ahead. It appears as if probation will be a waste of time in this matter, so I will revoke and remand you to serve her sentence, take her into custody.
All right. $1,200.
Wait, did she really just say she deserves $1,200 for every minute she spends in jail? That might be one of the most delusional things I've ever heard in a courtroom. She violated probation, endangered her child, ignored legal help, and somehow thinks she's the victim here? I officially take back every bit of sympathy I had for her. The moment she started demanding money for being jailed after violating probation, the entire thing became absurd. That's not how reality works. You don't get rewarded for breaking the law. The arrogance here is unbelievable. She seriously thinks the state owes her money while she's facing consequences for her own actions. Sovereign citizens always seem to believe they can invent fake legal rules and somehow force the court to follow them. That snarky comment to the judge before getting arrested was honestly the nail in the coffin. Whether it was technically a threat or not, it was completely disrespectful. Acting like that in court while already on probation is basically asking for the hammer to come down. This entire hearing felt like watching someone destroy their own case in real time. From rejecting a free attorney to demanding thousands of dollars per minute in jail, every decision she made just made things worse. There's no magical payout coming, only consequences. Sovereign citizens always talk like they've cracked some secret legal code, but in reality, it just turns into a disaster like this. Courts don't care about made-up rules or fantasy payouts. At the end of the day, probation violations have real consequences. At first I thought this was just embarrassing, now it's honestly insane. She endangered her child, violated probation, disrespected the judge, and still somehow believes she should be compensated for going to jail. That level of delusion is unreal. Alright guys, after watching this entire train wreck unfold, let me know what you think in the comments. Was she completely out of touch with reality, or did she actually think these arguments would work? And seriously, do any of you think she's getting that $1,200 a minute? There's absolutely no chance.